that things would be different after a baby came along, says thebump.com. But did you really know how much they would change? We've got family relational health specialist Anthony Gordon here to tell us first-time parents, or you first-time parents, how to get in the know, what to expect, so that you're not too shocked when it actually happens. Because it is shocking, right, Sergi? Good morning.
Yeah. It's shocking, disturbing, surprising.
In the same way that people get premarital counseling, should you get pre-baby counseling?
Here you go. Truth is, that's the ideal. In my premarital counseling, part of it is preparation for the addition to the family, right? Because the truth is, as somebody says, babies do not come with a manual, and it's a do-it-yourself. But at the same time, you need some knowledge, some preparation, heads up.
And it can put a serious strain on the relationship.
Very, very serious. And ideally, though, you know, I noticed the article focuses on the mother primarily. And as if to say, babying is mothering. Babying is really parenting. And so in one of my books, Parenting Towards the 21st Century and Beyond, I pointed out that there's need to be pre-parenting and expectant parenting, where both father and mother are taught, prepared to deal with it.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah. We have some headlines here.
Yes.
Number one, the change is unavoidable and often unspeakable.
Sure. The fact of the matter is, a new member of the family is here. And baby automatically commandeers attention. So in as much as, can I go into my lab? In as much as Della and I were really all together by ourselves. No, when Delphine came, no,
Anthony and Del.
Okay. Yeah, Delphine and Delphinate. That's the name of the children.
So when Delphine came?
When Delphine came, it was no longer Del seeing Anthony now, or Anthony seeing Del. There was this little man in the way that is now commandeering our attention, breaking our sleep, waking up in the night, throwing a tantrum, and we just had to deal with it. But it can be shocking and disturbing, and it can throw off the relationship, depending on the quality of the bond before the child.
Absolutely, because we have this notion too that here's coming, this bundle of joy is coming to make everything better, and we romanticize it, and then every day, all day, you feel like you're going crazy.
Oh, yes. I've had persons in my counseling practice, in fact, where sometimes the gentleman has to actually take over, because after going through all that pregnancy, the mother I'm talking about, and then sometimes the trauma, sometimes the delivery is not all that comfortable, then the baby actually carries an additional pain.
Postpartum too is a real thing.
Correct.
That most people don't talk about, but we're starting to talk about it a little more.
And don't forget that postpartum depression, in as much as the chemical aspect of it, the hormonal aspect, is the mothers, the men, in terms of the stress factor, do go through their kind of postpartum too.
You might hate your partner a little bit.
Right. Hate there, it might be a strong word.
Or not.
Right, but what it means is that I cannot give you the attention as I used to be. And sometimes, if the relationship was not healthy before, and for me now to adjust to this, sometimes the wife, the lady could even go as far as to say, "Is you caused this on me?"
Well, you are both there.
That is right. So the hating really does not mean I don't love you anymore. It really means that, look here, I cannot give you the kind of attention I was accustomed to. Because let's face it, in this first part of the birth, the mother's attention is commandeered more than the father's.
Yep. You don't nurture your relationship the way you know you should.
Right. What that suggests is that the little entreaties, right, you know, little pep up and touch up and nice up and talk to him, it's kind of gone through the window. And some men, unfortunately, get a little jealous of it. because
Oedipus complex, they call it in literature.
that is correct. And so it get the impression of that, oh, so it's not me anymore. Really and truly, it's really we should have been doing the babying and not you feeling jealous that the baby is now taking away the attention.
Resentment towards the child.
That's just a little too childish.
Gosh. Sex has become a distant memory.
Oh, let's face it. In average, a woman is able to get sexual active again about 6 weeks on average after, but that's not the law. The truth is that sex ideally is for both of us, not the man. It's really both of us. And so you should be prepared to nurture her back in. Get her back into the vibes. And remember, her body has to go through the adjustment. The testosterone, which is the sex libido hormone, in her is now very, very low because the estrogen and the progesterone has dominated her system. And so she will have to get the vibes back.
So you need an understanding man.
Absolutely. And education is a part of it.
What are you looking at, Everett?
I don't see him in here.
You love your baby more than your partner.
Yeah. I don't know if it's really love more than. It's the fact that, as I said
You
earlier,
pay more attention.
the baby commandeers.
Yeah, you pay more
attention
attention to the child.
The child
It's a
needs
given.
more attention.
It's understood.
Some people get it right, though, don't they?
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
You have some people who
and
don't
it
go through all
goes
of them
back.
something.
Correct, exactly. Thank you. This is not, what we're saying is not the law. It's more or less the exception. Truth is preparation. That's where you began right. Preparation is the key to all of this. Granted, we know too that no amount of preparation will reduce the total disturbance.
Or prepares you for the real thing.
Right.
For the real thing. Downtime is a thing of the past.
Well, yes, downtime means when we just do our thing. Just do as we will, sit on the couch as it says there and just lounge into each other's lap and just walk around the kitchen as we want to. That kind of a downtime, yes, gets a little in the past. However, it's important that even during this time, the little touch and little tickling, you're all right, you're sweet, you're good, and bring it back slowly. If it is cut off, that has potential danger.
What's the number 7? Despite all that tough stuff, you have a new bond.
Yes. I would say an additional bond. I prefer to go the word new. Yes, because the truth is the baby should really bond both together. In other words, the baby comes between, not to separate, but to connect, because this is me and this is you. Here we are in this one. It's a state of mind. Remember, I told you in previous broadcasts, relationship is in the mind. And if the mind is well positioned and stationed towards it, it will work.
Niceties have gone out the window, this says. People snap at each other more easily. So
you snap at each other more easily because of the tolerance level.
Yeah.
The tolerance
and
level
tired
reduces.
and patience.
And then grandma and grandpa are very important in this.
Support.
And auntie and uncle.
Right.
Support.
Very, very important.
I can say we had some of that too.
Yeah. Let me ask you, do you find in your counseling relationships that do not survive children?
Very rare,
Rarely.
but it does.
Yeah.
It does. I have known of cases where they actually go apart.
Because of the addition
Yes,
of that.
and
Wow.
primarily so it is, God forbid, it is the man who ends up with that because he just couldn't adjust to it. By the way, unfortunately, there are some men, I've had cases like this, where actually didn't know that any expectation of him is there to help with the baby. And say, listen, counselor, as far as I'm concerned, the woman is made to deal with all these things and to be there for me.
They don't put them out.
That's why they go apart.
You mentioned your book. What's this book? Where can we get it?
It's some of the bookstores have it. Parenting Towards the 21st Century and Beyond.
Yeah, some of the bookstores have it.
This is 2019, and there are men who still think.
Knowledge is not as available. Ignorance is still there.
Lord, it's in buckets.
That's why we need programs like these
That's true.
to educate the populace.
That's true.
But rest assured, all is not lost.
Always good to see you, sir.
Did you learn something today?
What are the kids' names again?
Men?
My kids?
Yeah.
My son is Delphiny.
Yeah.
my daughter is Delphinet.
So
And you've got to pronounce it right.
Delphinet.
You got it.
So you don't call the two of them Dale for short? Or Dale and
No,
Dele?
we have the little pet names.
Or Nettie and
We have little
Tony?
pet names, but we enjoy the ring of the names. Dolores, Anthony, Delphinet, and Delphine.
Family relational health specialist, Mr. Anthony Gordon. Say hi to Del for me.
Oh,
Yes.
sure. She's
Hi, Miss
watching.
Dale.
Hey, Miss Del.
All right, guys, we'll be right back.